Okay, I'm here at the Bow Lake Trailhead, planning to go up to see the Bow Hut and the top of the Onion. Elevation is 6385. It is 7:28 in the morning, and just heading off here on the trail, and we'll see how the day goes. I checked the weather. I checked a couple different weather reports, and it says it's going to be partly cloudy up until about 8, and then there's going to be a chance of rain. So we'll see how it goes today. So if you look up there, that waterfall straight ahead is coming down from Iceberg Lake, and then that pyramid there right above it to the left, that flat pyramid, is the top of the Onion, and the hut's to the left, but you can't see around that corner there. So we'll see how things go. Made a little mistake here. I went right to the lake and tried to walk on a trail that's right on the lake, and there's a tiny stream crossing there, and I didn't want to get my boots and socks all wet yet, so I had to come back around to go to the closer to the parking lot and come around to get to the bridge here. We'll keep my feet dry for now, but I heard there's some stream crossings up high up there, a few of them. One of my goals for the hike today is to give you some good data on what it takes or the time frames to get to certain parts of this hike. I did a bunch of research, and there's just really not a lot of good information on kind of every step of the way and the individual time frames to get there, the distances. And so I want to provide some of that information. And also, I'm hiking by myself, so it's not always the best to be hiking by yourself. It's early in the morning. Usually you're supposed to be hiking with a couple people or more because it's bear country and there's grizzlies around here, but there are a lot of people out in general that hike by themselves. So on the other side of the lake, there's a trail that goes through the forest. I'm going to stay out of that, and I'm going to be in the little delta area, the sandy area, just to stay out of the forest or the dense shrubs over there. It's kind of creepy being out here alone because there could be a grizzly bear around the corner here. I heard some splashing around, and I'm like, okay, what is that? And that splashing was some of these birds out there splashing around in the water, so that's a good thing. No bear is a good bear. There are some hikers coming up behind me here, so I'm not going to be the only one on the trail. So it's September 10th, Friday. So hopefully there'll be some more hikers here on the trail. All right, I'm here where the Delta runoff is here from the big creek valley there, and it's 1.26 miles. It's 8 a.m. exactly, 33 minutes, and I'm going to choose to go walk here on the Delta side here to stay out of the forest where I can't really see very far ahead of me. Because I think that might be a little bit safer from a bear perspective. I have a big view here and I can see quite a bit of distance out there. Just going over a little hill here. And then we'll walk back on the Delta again, is the main trail. Getting close to the steps going up to the Boulder crossing here. Should be just around the corner. Alright, so I'm here at the stairs. And give you some stats here. It was 2.15 miles. It's 8:21 a.m. Elevation 6457, and 53 minutes took me to get here, and I was walking at 2.4 miles an hour. So we're just going to head up the stairs, and that's where the boulder's going to be. Pretty beautiful colors. At the top of the stairs, and the boulder's right there to the left. If you want to see the waterfall coming down right below Iceberg Lake, that's where you want to go. But I want to go to the boulder. It's the most direct way to the hut. Oh wow. About 3 days ago, you just had to climb it without the ladder. Looks like there's a ladder right now, which makes it a little bit easier. Elevation is 6551. 2.24 miles. A little bit foggy here. It is 8:26 a.m. 58 minutes to get here, and 2.3 miles an hour. So the other alternative is you could take the trail here. It's a little bit more exposed, so you don't have to come down this, but I think this is a better trail. All right, I'm gonna climb it. I'm gonna climb it without the chair. Put that chair there. So there's a couple of really good handholds here. I don't know if you can see that. It's right here. And then you put your foot right here. You can see that right here, and this is another good foothold. So grabbing here, hand over here for balance. See that, the foot there? Great handhold right here. Look where you're placing your feet. Very simple. Nice stool though. And you can see the trail runs off there. It goes down. But it's a bit more exposed because that's about a 50, I think it's about a 50, 60 foot drop. So it's better taking the trail here. All right. Pretty amazing boulder came down off the cliff and landed in a perfect spot to cross this river. There's the boulder down there. And just heading up into the basin here, just below Iceberg, the falls here. Coming down from Iceberg Lake. That's where the falls start. I guess it's called Bow Falls and not Iceberg Falls. Still really haven't seen anybody on the trail. They're all behind me by about half a mile. So right after that boulder here, we enter a forest again. And I have to say, it still feels little bit creepy being all out here all by myself. I have my bear spray. I don't know if that makes me feel any less creeped out. So there's a couple ways to get up to the top here. And way off in the distance, that top center peak, that's the top of the onion, and to the left is Bow Hut. So one way to get to Iceberg Lake is straight up this pointy, looks like a pyramidal scree slope. And then you get right about 25% down from the top of that. And actually there's a trail that goes along the cliff to the left and up through some steep climbable pitches to get to right below the moraine for Iceberg Lake. And then you could actually go to the left and get up to the hut from there, but I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to stay on the left hand side of this creek as long as I can and take that route. Okay, this is the first rest break here to get a snack, get some water. It is 2.62 miles, 6656 elevation, 8:45 a.m. and 1 hour, 17 minutes, and average time is 2 miles an hour. So I'm just going to skirt the whole trail here, take the trail to the left here, although this is the trail I was talking about to get you to the bottom of the moraine under Iceberg Lake. Go up to about where the scree levels off, take the trail to the left, and then there's a horizontal trail you can't see, like right in the middle of that cliff to the left. That goes around the backside of that little hill. Got some water, shed some gear because I was getting kind of hot. It's a little bit cooler, but I found it's always best to start a little bit cool because you end up sweating and you don't want to sweat when it's chilly out. I had 3 marshmallows. One of the things that I've found over the years of backpacking for basically, wow, what is that now? 40 years I've been backpacking. I've tried all kinds of snacks to try to figure out what works best for me. I've tried eating eggs and potatoes and a big huge meal right before a mountain climb or a backpacking trip, and that never worked because it just got me nauseous and sick to my stomach. I've tried cashews, but fat and protein doesn't give you energy, at least for me. I've tried granola bars, power bars. I've tried licorice. I've tried Pop-Tarts. Goo, I can't stand goo. And one of the things that I found the best is as I'm working out hard, especially if I'm at a higher altitude of climbing a mountain, like maybe 10,000 feet, nothing really tastes any good, so it's hard to force yourself to eat because you got to eat when you're not hungry so that you have energy for the future. And one of the things that I found the best for me is marshmallows. They're thick enough where you can grab them and put them in your mouth, and at a rest break I might have like about 3 of them like I just did. And I find if I keep up with that, have about 3 every maybe a couple of hours or so, or every 3 hours, and then have a jelly sandwich for lunch, that definitely keeps me going and it works. So Licorice is also good. I get licorice, it's a little bit harder to chew, but I found definitely Dandy's marshmallows are the best. Better than Jet Puff. The problem I've had is I used to have Jet Puff marshmallows and put them in a freezer bag, and then the floury, sugary coating, and as you go into altitude, the coating is thinner, so they end up mushing all together into one kind of goopy giant marshmallow. And what I found, there's a couple of marshmallows. The ones I have today are Dandies, and there's another one called Elon, and they're just a slight bit harder than Jet Puffed. They don't seem to expand much as you're going higher, and they don't smash together and become one unit. But what I found, instead of putting them in a freezer bag, is I found those round kid crackers, baby crackers. There's a tube about 6 inches tall and just the perfect size for you to slip 2 right through that tube at a time, and you can get about 16 marshmallows in there, and then they're always not smashed. So I don't know if that will work for you, but after 40 years I've found that's what works for me. So that's a little insider tip of how to keep yourself fueled without hitting the wall. Heading into a forest again. This is where I can't really see very far, which makes me feel more comfortable when I can see far, that there's no bear around. Not that it's any safer out here. A park ranger said, smart people, when they go through these kind of areas, they keep talking. Hike with another partner is better, or more, but keep talking because you don't want to surprise a bear. So it's a bit creepy. Hey bear. Hey bear. Hey bear. Hey bear. All right. This forest is pretty dense and I'm all here by myself, so I figured I'd take the bear spray out of my pouch and just have it handy here because I can't really see a lot through the forest, and to me it looks like it's a perfect area for a bear to be popping out. And I watched this one program where they had a bear hunter. They had him doing target shooting, and they looked at what's safer, bear spray or a gun. And this professional bear hunter, they had this target, and somebody threw this big blow-up doll at the target, and it bounced back, and this professional hunter did not have the time to actually pull his gun out with any accuracy and shoot. He couldn't even shoot this bouncing ball that bounced off of this target. And then they took the same guy, and they said, okay, we're gonna put there's a robot with a bear picture like 30 feet behind him. Now he knew that that was there, and a bear's charge is so fast that he couldn't even pull out his bear spray in time, and the bear was right on him, right at him, like a foot away from him. And they say with pepper spray, it's over 90% more effective than a gun, because even professionals would have a hard time, and you got to shoot the bear multiple times, so pepper spray is supposed to be better. So I'm hanging on to mine right now just to be safe. Maybe I'm a little bit overboard here, but if a professional hunter can't even shoot in time or draw his pepper spray in time, and if a park ranger says smart people talk and carry pepper spray in bear country, that's what I'm gonna do. A little bit of boulder scrambling here. Look at that beautiful bush. It's like a little doorway, like a nice greeting. Beautiful. I'll have to go figure out what kind of bush this is. I think we're gonna get into the basin right here now. I'm where the basin starts right now, and the trail goes straight ahead, then up to the right, and the hut, bow hut, actually I can see bow hut, yeah. It's right there in the center. You're gonna, right to the left at the bottom of that peak that looks like a shark's fin. Elevation 7193 feet, 3.97 miles. It's 9:53 a.m. Total time 2 hours 25 minutes, 1.6 miles an hour. Amazing. So here's the first stream crossing. This looks like the obvious place to cross. Pretty simple. What I found over the years when I didn't have a GPS, it's always good to look back periodically and look around to memorize the surroundings, because things look totally different hiking out than in. It's very easy to get lost. So it's good to be looking back and just memorizing some landmarks. Pretty interesting moraine. This must have been the terrain pushed over by the glacier when it was down this area, but it's not here anymore. Looks like there's some caves over there, but I think that's a little bit of a glacier at the bottom of the cliff, and where the water's draining out of it from above. This marker here, this cairn, is 7,400 elevation, 4.67 miles. It's 10:20 a.m. Been out 2 hours 53 minutes, 1.6 miles an hour. I guess you pick whatever route works best for you, I guess. Gotta be a trail up there though. Looks like it. Yep, that's the head wall there and the glacier on top. That's a big hanging glacier, man. Wow. I guess there's a reason why all these boulders are down here. I decided to get my poles out because I think it's going to make it easier going uphill. And one thing about this bear spray that took me a while to figure out is typically I've either put it on my side, which I think sometimes it's hard to grab if you need it. I've put it on the waist belt, but every time I've taken the belt off, it ends up flopping off and hitting the ground, and I don't want to break this plastic piece because it's pretty cheap. So what I decided to do was put a little paracord here on the holster so that when I undo my chest strap, it never falls off and flops off. It's still connected to the paracord here, so it keeps it on, so it's a good place. So it goes through, the chest strap goes through the holster, and it always has a little safety here so it doesn't fall off. This appears to be a very well marked trail here with the cairns. So here's the other stream crossing. Not exactly sure where I should cross, although the cairn is right there. So I think this is going to be basically the place to cross. I think crossing here, I think this might be the best over here. Nope, this is going to be the best. Let's go cross here. Definitely the best. Definitely the best, I think. I don't know, should I trust that rock? I'm not sure. Yes, it's good. How about this one? No, that one's very loose. I think my feet are going to get a little bit wet here. Ah, there you go. Just got to do a little bit of jumping. Got it. Made it to the bow hut. And it's 7880 elevation. It is 5.33 miles. It's 10:59. Took 3 hours and 31 minutes to get up here, and 1.5 miles an hour. Let's see here, what do we got here? Cooking in commons room. Oh, this must be the outhouse here. Yeah, get into the outhouse somehow. Looks like this is locked, actually. I guess it's locked this time of year. Guess you can't get into it this time of year. I just had my jelly sandwich and I'm feeling pretty strong. I think I got the snacks worked out just right to give me enough energy. So I'm gonna head up to see if I can go find the ice cave and the top of the onion. Here is the ice cave. Looks like it's receded quite a bit from other pictures that I've seen. It's 8,047 feet, 5.75 miles. It's 11:26 a.m. and total time 3 hours 58 minutes, 1.4 miles an hour. So it looks like the cave has definitely receded. I know there's some different routes here. Some people have heard they go to the left and just right on the rocks next to the ice field. I don't know, I think I'm gonna go that way. That looks more direct, but I know both can work. Just stunning view. Some people, I guess, went on the glacier. You gotta be very careful next to the edge of the glaciers because that's where the heat of the rock melts the glaciers, and there could be a 20, 30, 10-foot hole there. You gotta be very careful. Ah, there's some onions. A water bottle. All right. Pretty amazing. Let's see how long it took. Okay, it's 8794 elevation, 6.62 miles, it's 12:26 p.m., 4 hours and 58 minutes, and 1.3 average pace. So I don't think I did a very fast pace. I'm gonna do a pano. It's pretty amazing. There's going to be Iceberg Lake down there, yep. Pretty amazing. So this is Iceberg Lake. Beautiful lake. Then out there, it's kind of hard to see, but that's Cirque Peak. I'm not sure what these other peaks are. There's only like 2 other people I saw here on the summit. I was the first one up this morning. So just doing a loop over the top, a couple ladies said this is just a ridge going down. It's pretty well marked, so we'll try this route. So when I came up this route earlier, I thought I was going to go over here, and actually I just came down this area. It's all marked, and I actually ended up going up over that way when I came up. That one's a little bit easier. This one's a little bit more scrambling, but totally doable. Just look for the cairns. They're periodically strewn about. Something to take note of over here, because of the snow melt crossing that street later on in the day, it was a little bit higher. So I was able to get back across it without getting the water over the tops of my boots, but it definitely is higher. Poles for sure helped. It's going to be hard to see this with the wide angle lens, but if you look in that little gully where the forest is and where it goes up to the mountain right here, straight through that, right back is a moraine, and right behind that moraine is Iceberg Lake. So one could theoretically cross this area here and go through that basically ravine, steering to the left, going up that grassy field and getting to Iceberg Lake, and just coming down up over the top of that tree area. There's a little bit of a scramble trail going down, and that was a trail that we saw going up where I said it's right in the middle of the cliff going left to right to left. So one could do that and see Iceberg Lake, but I'm going to head back the normal route. I wonder if that is a petrified Bigfoot footprint. One thing I learned on this trip that I'm surprised I haven't really figured out over these years is that when we came down off of Cirque Peak, which was like 11 miles, 9 hours, something like that, I had the pack straps cinched tighter down here, and what that did was it put most of the weight on my shoulders, so it was making my shoulders kill and my neck bugging me. What I did this time was I loosened them so the pack would be leaning back a little bit and it would catch on my waist, and it literally eliminated the whole entire problem and pain. I think I should have figured that out a couple decades ago, but made all the difference in the world. So just loosen up the straps a little bit, let it lean back a little bit, not to get you off balance, and the waist will take it. A little bit harder to do that on a big backpack, but smaller backpack worked perfectly. Okay, just got back to the car. The miles was 12.8 miles. It's 4:21 p.m. Took 8 hours and 53 minutes, and the average overall speed was 1.4 miles per hour. So absolutely unbelievable hike. Beautiful scenery up there, seeing the ice field come in off of the Onion, and I was the first one to get to the top, and I think first one back, so it was a little bit sketchy there going through all those forest sections and worrying about bears, but got through, and it was an amazing day. Feel really good.